wish I had a crystal ball. Then I would know why nothing makes sense at all. Tell me what happened.
My name is Woods and I'm an Australian musician. I built my debut album Crystal Ball in Minecraft, and I invited my community to come and build the Crystal Ball world with me. Writing the album has been the biggest project I've ever done. The concept for me is to get everyone involved and have sort of like a celebration inside of the Crystal Ball world. People from that launch day will be able to just jump in and almost experience the album like it's a museum or an immersive experience where people to kind of walk from song to song and be able to stand in a place and be teleported into that place. The initial plan was to spend most of this year touring and sharing the record around. As things have changed and pretty much every plan that I had around the album has sort of either been cancelled, rescheduled, reshaped. This has been the thing where it's like, well, we can plan in this universe, we can plan in Minecraft. For a while, I've been wanting to have a fan-run server where I just get my community members into the game. Doing this in Minecraft has just been a lot of fun, and it's been a big experiment, really. I really wanted to just create this project that had a continual kind of story and theme, and also combined my love of different terrains. Like some songs are put in the desert, some are in the rainforest.
The first time I felt it.
When I write, I always think of a visual accompaniment. It'll be thinking of putting myself in like my friend's backyard where we had that conversation, or putting myself in a really vast open space. Towards the end of the album process, I had my list of songs that I was sure that these ones were going to make it. I put them all on a map, and I really like in like Lord of the Rings at the beginning of the book where there's a map of the adventure. As I mentioned, like some of the songs are built in the desert, some are built in the rainforest. Straight away, all the different biomes kind of make sense in my album, let alone taking that over to Minecraft.
I've been interested in Minecraft for a long time, probably started playing it in 2010. After building the music festival project, Woods reached out to me. She was pretty blown away because it was quite similar to something that she'd envisioned as well, and the collaboration started from there. The Crystal Ball world is a big sort of fantasy-inspired world, the album being called Crystal Ball. We made a giant crystal ball, which is in the centre of the world. I think the beauty of the game is that it's a medium that's so diverse and you can use it in a lot of different ways. It was very exciting to hear the album and then be able to sort of conceptualise how the songs would translate into Minecraft. So we've basically broken it down into each song, and then each song has a specific location that we're completing a build for it.
When I was going to Ruben, it was like, I have this vision. The album's called Crystal Ball. We'll put the crystal ball in the center of town. It'll be our like central council kind of community building. And then from there, we'll just sprawl out and put different banners in different environments and set up different singles. Like I've buried lyrics in caves. I think because the vision was so strong at the start with that map, it allowed the project to actually form quite quickly. And also for fans who wanted to get involved in building the record in Minecraft, you have this sort of plan where they can kind of see how they can get involved and join 24/7, like jump in the server, keep building and keep adding in.
It was a race to grow up. It was my name that you called.
I actually grew up in North Queensland at the very top of Australia in a place called Townsville. I definitely had a childhood that was filled with spending a lot of time up in the rainforest. It was just kind of me and my dog out there exploring a lot. I think a lot of the tracks on the album relate back to childhood and sort of how we all kind of race to grow up. You kind of look back on childhood with great nostalgia. Those themes just carried through, and putting them in a game like Minecraft is so full of joy.
The main sort of initial process was placing that crystal ball in the world and then sculpting the terrain around that. So we created some pretty defined mountains and different areas that were sort of clean slates for potential projects. And then from there, we sort of encourage the community to go out and explore and, provide us with feedback and ideas as to how we could develop it further and what we could build.
Some of my favourite communal builds, we just finished one called Dancing in the Rain, and it's been a big castle on the edge of the ocean. And I think what I love about it is we had sort of like some central reference images, but then everyone came into it and built their own buildings and added their own parts to it. I think as I continue to put out new music and try and create different immersive places, I'm really excited looking towards the future that we're going to see more of this kind of thing, more of these kind of collaborations. And I would definitely implore anyone who's into Minecraft, makes music, do these kind of things, because it's just a lot of fun.